member has this. And so we are meeting, it's our maximizing impact, ending childhood poverty through powerful partnerships. And just talking about part of why we have this community is whether you can be in person or even just meeting on Zoom. We want to make it easy for you, no matter what's going on. So the community, the container heartbeat, is really set up so that you can, most things that we have we will also do in Zoom too. So if you can't go or it doesn't work out, um, or even if you just want to replay or an update, you can just email, right? You can just say, "Hey, I want to be involved, but I can't for a few months," and that. So go ahead, and we have a small group today, which small but mighty. I love that. If you ladies don't mind doing an intro for the recording, and that way it's part of spreading the partnership. And I'd love to hear your name, what you're up to in the community, kind of what your organization does. If there's a 10 root, if there's one of the 10 root causes that you're focused on, are you both familiar with that 10 root cause? Or
Yes.
should I pull up that little image for you, or you're okay? You've got that? Okay. Uh, Share the 10 root cause, and if there's any intentions or desires or needs and asks that maybe you guys are looking for, would love to hear that too. So, Christy, do you mind going first?
Sorry, it always takes me a second to find my mute button.
Yes.
My Christy, I'm with Easter Seals, Florida. I did join after our last meeting the Heartbeat community, so that Heartbeat app, and one of the things that one of my the departments that I work with works with employment and helping with employment for all. So I think that would be, one of our main things for the 10 root causes would be education and employment.
Okay, beautiful. And do you mind just sharing for the recording and myself, what does the Easter Seals do? Could share a little bit about. I know they're globally known, and but there may be people that just aren't familiar.
So at Easter Seals, we work with people with disabilities, and that could be any type. So we work with, actually in Palm Bay, we have an adult day training program. And so we work with people that has is more towards intellectual and developmental disabilities. But we also, just as far as Easter Seals, Florida in general, we also have our workforce development department and just different ones that work with a variety of disabilities, whether it's physical, intellectual, developmental, um, and oh gosh, just the gambit of it. So just trying to help people, increase their livelihoods, whether it be through employment, through just skills training. Some of the services that we provide are, mental health therapies, or working with siblings of people of children that have a disability. We have some sibling support groups and different things like that. So that is, but in general, it's working with people with disabilities of all types.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And what are you guys looking for support with as an organization? Is there any challenges or opportunities or events or anything going on that and if you don't mind, I'd love to make notes in our ask and wish list section of Heartbeat, which we'll dive into a little bit more. But what type of community support are you looking for?
Well, some of the different things. I mean, as a nonprofit, we always have the need for just financial support, but we also just support in being able to offer our programs. We offer different, we have actually a skills training results and vocational employment program, which we call Strive for short because the other name is really long. And we are always looking for opportunities to be able to teach those programs. And again, for people that with all different levels of learning abilities. So whether it's through schools or companies, being able to provide companies trainings on how to work with people with disabilities, because as we all know, we've heard it in the news. We hear it all the time that the incidence is increasing of people with varying abilities. So you have, especially autism. I mean, the numbers for that are raising so significantly, and they're in the workforce and they want to work, and they're such a vital part that and as the years go, we're going to start seeing more and more. And how do you work with that? How do you um maybe modify a little bit of your orientations or training to be able to be more inclusive of those with disabilities? And we're happy to work with businesses to do that and teach them, and um, provide on the job training skills. And we are a vocational rehabilitation vendor. So to be able to, provide those skills on site and work with the employees that they're hiring.
So,
Uh,
so you'll actually go into a company that if they're hiring somebody with disabilities,
we
you'll
can,
help
yes.
with that integration and change and
Yes.
train. Wow.
So, I mean, we do that usually through the majority of the time that's done through as a authorization through vocational rehabilitation for that particular individual if they're involved with voc rehab. However, working if there was a company that was like, hey, we really are, you know, struggling in this area, would you be willing to partner with us? And, there's conversations that can be had to talk about that partnership and what that could look like.
But they could reach out to you and you could kind of guide them if they
Absolutely.
were hiring. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm putting just to make sure I'm doing it correct, because I know that it's I'm learning a lot. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you're looking for? Any fundraising events coming up? Thank you for pausing there, right? I got a little more information.
Absolutely. We always, as far as fundraising opportunities in the area, there none currently, none coming up in the near future. However, we do have an open house actually this weekend. As oh no, sorry, next weekend. I'm thinking it's the first Saturday in June, and I was off. This Saturday is the 31st. So the 7th, we actually have an open house at our Palm Bay facility, our adult day training program. It's on a Saturday from 10 to 2. People can come in, and there's going to be hamburgers, and just you can walk around and see the program, ask questions to those of us that will be there. Um, and it's off Palm Bay Road. So I don't know if you want the address or not.
Well, I'm going to encourage you, or we'll do it in part of our training today. We'll post it in the event section.
Oh,
So,
okay, perfect.
perfect. All right, let me do a screen share just to make sure that I have this okay. Can you see this okay, or is
Yes.
it too okay? If you can just read and make sure that I'm using proper, verbiage. Participate in their Palm Bay. And once we post it, I'll go ahead and do the link back here. I'll edit this in their Palm Bay location. Details. Down. Anything I need to change?
No, that looks great. I mean, I would just
It's
add,
Easter seals. Did
that
I spell that correctly?
yes.
Okay, good.
So we're technically Easter Seals, Florida. So I don't.
Okay, perfect.
So each one there's Easter Seals, Southwest Florida and different things that they're each their own. We belong to the Easter Seals affiliate, like nationals, but we're each our own affiliate.
Okay.
So we each offer, different services.
All right. I'm going to just wait on this just so I have time to go back, and I'll add the event link there
Okay.
once we're done. Okay, awesome. Beatrice, did you have any questions or comments? And then we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, wait, hold on. Am I unmute? Oh, wait.
Yes, you're unmuted.
No, no, this is just a great organization. I'm very familiar with Easter Seals, and their abilities and what they do. They They've been around for a long time.
We have been, and we just moved. Actually, this is our second year at the location we're at off Palm Bay Road, our adult day training program off Palm Bay Road. So that we're really excited to be part of the Palm Bay community and just really working right now to get our name back out there, because there are some people that have known that we're around forever, and then there's some that you don't. And I think there's so many things that we can be helping with and providing, and just, I think we're stronger as a, as a community than we are stronger by ourselves,
Yeah.
because not any one individual, we can't serve everybody, but together we can make the most. So I think that that's my goal. One of the things that personally, here at Easter Seals that I've been working on is just being more present
Yeah.
in the community. So that's again one of the goals that we have. So I'm so glad to hear that you know about us. That's that and again, the services that we have, and like I said, our adult day training program. Hopefully people will come. We're looking forward to seeing people next week.
And it's a phenomenal program. It's a phenomenal opportunity to learn from different people in different aspects, right? And like what you say, like individuals, especially with the autism, they're in our schools, they're in our workplace. They like it's a different way of learning, right? And I really appreciate and commend you so much and the work that you guys are doing. So keep up the good work, because I Brevard County is our heart, right? We live here, we raise our children here, and we want to see that impact. So continue.
Thank
I
you.
give you kudos, kudos, kudos.
Yeah, and I just want to share, you articulated things so well. And one of my mentors used to say, with awareness or knowledge comes responsibility. And so, based upon what you're sharing with the awareness and that, right? Like, it's going to speak to people's heart of like, oh my gosh, I know that yeah, I've met somebody that's dealing with ADHD, or I'm interested in hiring. So, you can tell your passion and just how you outlined. I love, and just when you come to our live meetings, definitely bringing in that whole workforce piece. I think that's really going to help some of the business owners there, because I wasn't aware of that, right? And that's a really great thing to kind of get their ears and going, you know what, I could use this, and what a great thing for businesses, and see where they could even contribute.
As
Um,
you
to-
guys work with the federal incentives too, like like the on the job training, the
Yes.
federal, like the federal bonding, work opportunity tax credit. So that's a good, opportunity to let people think outside that box. Because right now, especially in today's society, we got to think about thinking outside that box. We can't be inside the box anymore. We got to use creative ways to attract the people that we need to attract. So just like I said, continue doing what you're doing.
so
Thank you.
tax credits
Yeah, work opportunity tax credit. So
for
the
the businesses.
for the businesses, yeah.
Oh, girl, Christy.
Whenever they have, like, for example, in all establishments and all applications, right, they have if you're a veteran or disability, if you have a felony, that's all tax credible. You could take tax, it's a tax off, and it's a
I
credit.
had no idea. So there's another thing in your elevator pitch.
Mhm.
That's a buzzword, right?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
going to
gonna have
be
to
something
bring
that's going to
yeah.
get
I'm gonna have to
them.
bring Beatrice along with me.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Being
Listen,
like, I'm gonna start inviting you to my meetings so
listen,
you can
we
speak.
got this, okay? I'm all about this. I have been with Brevard County for God knows so long. I wasn't born here, but I sure did raise around here, and been around here for a long time, and working in different sectors like DCF for 12 years, human trafficking unit, drug court unit, 6 years with Career Source. So I'm very familiar with the population, especially the underserved. especially the justice involved individuals with who struggles with substance abuse, recovery friendly, the disability, like why not give people an opportunity? We are so unique in so many ways, and a lot of employers don't have that opportunity. A lot of employers, we can't be transparent. When I was at Career Source, I'm not gonna lie, I was very transparent. We had those conversations, those tough conversations. We have individuals, especially who has certain behavior issues, that has a charge, a criminal charge, you know, because of their behavior, actions, right? And a lot of people don't see that. You know what I mean? They see, oh, well, that person was violent. Wait a minute, what's the underlining position of it?
Right.
So being in the several sectors, and now that I'm working with Project Response, and I'm doing the outreach, and I'm doing case management and everything else, I'm all about being involved and just engaging with our community to make us better. Why not? Why
Absolutely.
not? Why
It
not?
only makes it better, like you said.
Oh,
It's only makes it better.
like
So why wouldn't you?
why wouldn't, right? We're all in this together, you know? Especially with this initiative, especially with our community. We have so many talented people, creative people. We need to have that impact. I'm not gonna get emotional, but we need to make Brevard County stand out. And for those that are struggling, giving them opportunities. Like I said, thinking outside that box. Um,
I think that's one of the things that gets hard is once you start, I you think about it like children in schools, once you get that like, oh, this is a difficult child kind of thing. It's so hard for that child to overcome that because you have a tendency to anything they do, it kind of if it's not exactly what you're wanting, you view it from that like negative viewpoint.
And
And
you
how do you
hold
shift
them.
that? How do you
right. And
how do
it's
Yeah.
you
like,
shift that to something that's positive? And I think, we employers that have hired somebody with whatever it is, whether it's, let's be honest, a lot of people that were in the justice system have had a disability of some sort, whether it's a learning disability or something like that. Um, and we hold them to that's what this person is, or they have this disability. But there's such little things that could be put into place to help people overcome that. And
correct.
when you find them,
It's
when you,
amazing,
it's
right?
amazing. Like, you're there for when somebody earns their first paycheck. It's amazing.
Amazing.
What like and that's why we do it because it's not always easy,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
you're there, somebody gets that paycheck, they're so excited. Or an employer is like, hey,
I didn't
they're
even.
my best, they're my best employee I have. Like, you know how many times I've walked away and then been like, this is the best employee I've got. Like they're here on time every day.
Uh,
They want to be here every day. Um, it's the populations that we're needing to really reach. They want to work.
I
They want to
want
give back
to.
to their community. They want to be part of the community and do the things that everybody else does. But a
Yeah.
lot of times they're overlooked. When you met me, you asked me, okay, here, what's your name, but what do you do? It's always one of the like what top three questions.
I
What do
know.
you do? But I gotta say, a lot of people, especially with disabilities that are more apparent maybe than those, there's so many silent and secret disabilities people have, but those that it might be more apparent, it's not a question they get asked a lot. And I think we have to start changing that from when they're little too. Like, hey, you can be anything. You might need a little bit of things put in place to help you, but that's okay. I need somebody to help. I need the mechanic to work on my car because I can't do that by myself. Would love to because
Okay.
man,
Save a
that'd
lot of
be
money.
great, right? But we all need help, but what we need help in looks a little different depending on who we are. Like I said, I have to rely on somebody for my car. I have to rely on somebody if my, plumbing breaks or my electric goes out. Um, it's just what we rely on them and what we need them for. but we all need help with something.
All of us,
So
we're all dysfunctional. Let's think about it. Let's be real. Okay.
Be real.
Let's I'm so sorry for being unprofessional, but we are all dysfunctional. Let's think about it, okay? And the way that we have that passion and that drive in the sectors that we work in, the sectors, the people that we work with, and the people that we help, right? Because it's not, I remember somebody told me, B, this is just a job. How can you say that this is just a job when you are impacting somebody's life each and every day? And whatever decision that you make, mind you, I used to work for DCF, I used to work for Career Source, I used to work, everybody knows in Brevard County, I got a little passionate about helping others. And but it's coming to that reality of saying, let's, if that person is a challenge, and we have our challenge cases, right, quote unquote, and it's like, why not change their whole perspective around? Instead of being combative, why not just be able to look at their strengths? One thing I learned about, there's many things I learned about with DCF, but we all know when DCF comes around, it's like, whoa, wait. Like we're all gonna be removed, right? All the kids are gonna be removed. But when we talked about strength based and we talked about, let's bring every family together and provide those effective services. What is their strength? What do they want to do? When we start talking about that, now is a different perspective. Now we understand that human being, like, look, they have struggles. We all have them. Every last one of us have them. But let's take the step by step and provide that solution, seeing that growth. When I have clients, when they first saw me and they think, oh, she's never been through what I've been through. She don't know what's going on. She don't know the struggles. And then when I say, listen, we're a team and we're going to go through this. Like, I can't swim, so we're going to hit some rough tides, right? I don't want to drown, but being able to see their growth and to see them have that aha moment, it's so rewarding. Like, it's so rewarding because, again, you wasn't just that caseworker. You was that person that really saw that vision of that particular family. And now you're a part of their success.
Your transformation. Yeah.
That transformation is huge.
Yeah.
And
Beatrice, before you share, because I want to make sure I take notes about you, can I just share something? Because I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this tool, and it's just a recent success that we had with a disabled young man. He actually graduated. He's a twin, and he graduated on Friday, and they asked me to drive over to Orlando to their graduation. And in our Tomorrow's Leaders Today program, they've both come in, and he's high spectrum ADHD. When he was younger, they were prepping the dad with he's probably not going to get a graduate, diploma, right? But the dad was just like so determined, and he couldn't get him to come to our events in the beginning, and we got him to come. And what I've learned when you talk about the strengths, oh my gosh, like as I've gotten to know him, I'm like, you're a compliance officer. Like he reads the rules. He wants to understand how things function. He fixes things. Like, it is so incredible, his brain. And so we actually just got a grant to get 20 Colby assessments. Are you ladies familiar with those? So these Colby assessments, they've been doing with Fortune 500 companies forever. And now they've kind of opened it up for, I say now, it's been a while, opened it up for small businesses, individuals, and a whole kids thing. And what's so beautiful is that when we identify their strengths, and Kobe's all about know you to grow you, and identifying what you're really good at and focusing on that. And so, and then as a parent, and I had my 11-year-old get in on the grant. I mean, I'm like, he's a TLT. And what was so cool is it comes with a parent report, And when he got the assessment, it was like, oh my goodness, so many things made sense on his strengths, his areas of focus, how to manage some of those areas that are not. Um, and then the parent piece is how to really support and nurture him because they're all different. They're all every kid is different. And when this young man with the ADHD did, I'm just going to call him his name, Alex, it was so fascinating for the dad to really see, like, oh my gosh, this is him. And nobody had really given him the title of, you're a compliance officer. Like, we need you. Companies need those compliance people. They never really, and you know this, Christy, you know this, Beatrice, there's this gift that they have in them that nobody's really opened up, right? Or 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 uniqueness. And I'm not saying nobody. I know you guys do this as work, but sometimes they're not seen or shine light on, right? They're just trying to get them through school, which is a system.
Right.
And they have this incredible gift. And so Colby, if you guys haven't looked at it, it is, oh my goodness, knowyoutogrowyou.com. That's the lady that we work with who got us the grant. It was so amazing to be able to kind of hone in and not try to fit them in their box. I did it for myself. Girls, it changed my life. This last year, I spent so much money on trying to learn and coach and get this thing. And literally, Colby was like, this is not you. And I was frustrated. Sometimes I'd be crying, right? Like, I'm like, I gotta get this. And it was like, no, that is not my style. Now I will never, I'm just like, no, that's not my style. So, anyways, thank you for letting me
I love
contribute to the.
I love that because I love how they have the parents' perspective of it. You know what I mean? Because again, we all know all of our children, even ourselves, we're all made differently, right? And having a different perspective to help support the growth of your child, not being, not being negative, not being, oh, that's nothing, that's a whole of, bunch of bull. But no, I really love that. I love that. I wanna do that. So I'm not gonna lie. I wanna see what they say, you know?
It's Colby, Colby.
Colbe, and then let me give you the lady. She's from Florida. Um, knowyoutogrowyou.com. Because what she does is you can just do the test, but she will actually meet with you and talk about what you do in your job, or talk about, like with me, she talked about what I do with my business. She actually also talked about how with my family and my husband, and now that my son's done it, like she showed me what she did with her family or what she does with corporations. They have different Colby ABC for hiring people. That's really neat, but she's an expert in it, and she's the one that got us the grants. Yeah, she approached me and she said, "Hey, you got all these kids. Um, uh, can we can we help them and serve them in this way?" It's amazing. I learned stuff about my son that I didn't know, and I learned a few things on how to navigate, and it gave him real questions to ask instead of acting out with certain behavior. And the founder, when you do the test, each page is her talking to you and explaining things that are personal. And the kids version was like, you're a pioneer. I mean, it was just my heart when I was listening to it. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so great for him to be inspired by his strengths.
Yes. That's a key point that you just mentioned. That for them to be inspired, even for us to be inspired about our strengths, what's the number one question that they ask you in any job interview? What is your strengths, right? You know what I mean? Tell me about yourself and what is your strengths. And we don't, it's hard for us to identify our strengths, right? We could identify other people's strengths, but for us to talk about ourselves in a more genuine, humbling way is very difficult, right? And when we see it, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, we could make it happen, right? Why not? So
It also helped me with Brevard Prosperity Initiative. because we have a lot of volunteers, right? And it helped me understand myself and why I'm a fast start and follow through. So those
Correct.
are two, and there's different ranges. So right, so but my high is like I don't mind trying things and it not working and just pivot. And I'm not going to spend I may assess, hey, what worked, what didn't work. And then it helped me understand when there's more technical. So it was really cool because I didn't do a Colby test on everybody, but I was like, oh, okay, I need to communicate this way with this person, right? I was just able to see how my way of being is definitely, I mean, it said on the thing like I'm 5% of people are at this, right? So it really helped me um um kind of just navigate things differently as a leader that wants to work with other leaders.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me ramble. Um Beatrice, okay, it's all about you. I'm taking notes here.
Ah,
So
so
project response.
Project Response
Um
is a nonprofit healthcare organization that focuses on, well-being, like the well-being, HIV, raising awareness regarding HIV, STIs, sexual transmitted diseases. We want to remove the stigma from people's perspective of HIV or AIDS and stuff like that. It's not one demographic population. Everyone needs to be concerned about their health and well-being. They need to be aware of that there's individuals that's especially here in Brevard County that's spreading the disease that's not getting treatment. You know, we have to have this opportunity to say, I need to be an advocate for my health, asking those questions. We have our infectious disease doctors here. We have our primary care physician here. We have our pharmacy. We have our case management unit. We have our community center that, hosts several events, for the chambers as well as for the community. We hosted we are hosting a long-term survivor benefit, like our luncheon, that's gonna be on June 5th. That's for our, survivors, our long-term survivors, celebrating life, right? We have our gala, our second annual gala that's coming up in October that we're preparing for as well. We're just here, we've been around for over 35 years in Brevard County, and just, continue pushing forward, being able to provide those essentials that's needed for our clients to strive, and like I said, it's not misconceptions, we're removing those, you know what I mean? And being able to provide that education and removing that stigma, letting people know, like, it's not a dead disease anymore or a death disease anymore. People are living longer, taking your medications, um, dealing with everyday life. It's here, so being able to provide that wraparound services, and we just moved to our well, we didn't just move, but we've been here for about a year now, for almost close to a year, in our new location at 378 North Babcock Street. We have our three buildings. Like I said, our we have our support groups. We're doing our oh my goodness, the yoga coming up soon in June. Um, we have different, upcoming events. We always want to be around in the community. We always want to raise that awareness, prevention, making sure that people know that we are here, and even individuals that may not have the HIV status, they could still use our services. They could still use our pharmacy, still use our primary care physicians. We take majority of all the healthcare insurance. Getting tested, we have our rapid testings. If we go through like the sliding fee scales and stuff like that with the STIs and the HIV testing, rapid testings, it takes a few seconds, to know your status, and being able to, like I said, being able to provide those wraparound services there. So
Beautiful.
yeah, trying to do everything that we gotta do for our community, especially our youth. We have the human trafficking areas here, and being able to let them know like their status, let them know that you got to get tested, you got to get information. I talk to adults, I talk to children, I talk to the youth sometimes and let them know like, look, we're here. Prevention is again, raising awareness, prevention, being able to people understand their status. So
What would you say you need help with in addition to raising awareness?
I mean, just spreading the word, being advocates for your health.
You guys have
Providing.
volunteers for your events?
Yes, yes, volunteers. I'm sorry, we did have our volunteer lunch, and there's so many stuff. Volunteer, we had our volunteers. We are able to have volunteers, sponsors. Especially with the federal fundings, the way that is going right now. Our testings are, the condoms. Now we have to, pay for it now. It's just a lot of stuff going on, but we're still pushing forward. We still got to do the things that's necessary. Donors, sponsors, our, we have our website. I could give you the website too as well.
I added it.
Okay.
Go back to Christy, do you mind putting your website in so I can add that to your post also?
But yeah, it's just been, I know for the core practices or the 10
root causes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Definitely health.
I'm very like, I want to be involved in all aspects. Like I said before, with the justice involved, with with education, your health, and making sure that what is providing that prevention care. You know, um, uh let's do because that long-term survivor benefits is for like our clients and stuff, but that's okay.
Oh, so it's not a public event?
It's not a public event.
Okay, we could do that as a celebration, but
Yes,
I'll go ahead and
yeah,
remove that. Okay.
we're doing a celebration for our survivors, um and
Anything else on here?
raising awareness about volunteers, like HIV awareness. That's the biggest thing, because especially here in Brevard County, the numbers are increasing. Numbers are increasing. Let me see.
So what would that look like as an action step for them? So in this part, the ask and wish list is kind of like we're asking them to do something. So HIV awareness, what would be an action step that I could take when I read this to help you accomplish that? Are you following me?
Yes, I'm
Do you have
trying.
a blog, or do you have somewhere we could send them about it, or is there something that maybe we could put in here? Brevard County has this, help raise awareness on it.
Yeah.
Are you following my thinking on that a
Yes,
little bit?
yes. Because
Okay.
I know, like, but you want me to send you the page or
Um,
just?
um,
Oh my God.
yeah, if you can attach it here, I can say read attachment. So is it something about HIV?
Yeah, it's our program.
Okay, so if you, do you know how to send it in the chat?
Yeah. Yes.
Read the attached document. And what would I say it's about? Just as a Brevard's HIV, is that right?
Well, I just sent the link, and
Yeah, I added your website already, right
okay.
there, where it's in blue.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, just so you ladies know, because this is a little bit of heartbeat training, is you just highlight the thing and then and then once you let go of it, so you highlight it when you let go, these options will pop up. And then you just hit that and drop it in,
Yeah,
whatever the hyperlink is.
because I know that we're trying to, again, is trying to like eliminate the HIV, the stigma of it all. Um, uh,
So does this
Let me see.
um talk about the awareness of it? No, not really. This is
Not really.
staff. Okay.
Wait, because this also, hold on. I don't want to leave this. Because I know we have, because when they were trying to say about of course, the organization case management strives to provide essential services that clients need to manage the HIV disease successfully. Is a resource for youth. Project Response Incorporated is a resource for youth, parents, educators, nonprofit agencies, communities. I know that we are striving for looking for more volunteers, looking for sponsors, donors. I know we have our event coming up in October. That's tickets are still on sale. Um,
I'm just going to your donation page here. Donations that help with providing um, HIV. Why did it do that? I hope my computer doesn't go into, come on. All right,
we
I'm
have
just
like
happy here.
like with our financial assistance, like the emergency financial assistance, outpatient medical care, pharmacy services, like even with the HOPWA, like the housing services, like for those that are struggling financially, um, we're the payer of last resort, but we try to strive to get the resources that's effective, with our clients and stuff. So we have our food pantry that's available for the community too as well. They could get a dry food, um, and come by and get that dry food opportunity. It caught me off guard.
Okay. So did you have a document that you wanted to send me for this? For the HIV awareness?
Yeah, let me see. I think
And then
so.
we can go in and then, Christy, do you have stuff on your event that we can post in here? The open house?
I actually do not have access to that right this minute, but I will ask for it. I was wondering the same thing myself, and I'm like, I don't know where it's saved, honestly.
Do you think
We
it's
do.
on your website maybe?
No, it's not on the website. It would,
Oh, okay.
but as of yet, at least, or last time I checked. But as soon as I get it, I can send it over to you. But it won't. It'll probably take me a little bit of time to just get, because I've got to email somebody and they get to email it back.
Okay. Um,
Here first, the first,
I'm
first-
seeing one on nope, that's a different Florida. Never mind. So are you guys using Eventbrite and stuff to market it also?
we need to. We
And
need to. I
Facebook?
think, yeah, because I don't believe they were supposed to put all the current events on our calendar. And I will touch bases with Eric to make sure that we are on Facebook and also Eventbrite. Eventbrite will be a really great platform for us to utilize um, the upcoming events. So I'll touch bases with him.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Easter seals also. They'll use Eventbrite, they'll use Facebook. Um, Obviously the chamber. You guys know the chamber will promote your events.
Yes.
Are you guys both members?
Yes. Well, our
Okay.
agency, like I know Project Response is a member, and I am affiliated with the chambers as well.
Yeah, we're one of the best chambers because you guys get you Christy, if you're even if you're not a member, sign up for their newsletter. Their newsletter got me $20,000 in free money.
Oh, wow. No,
Yeah,
Just throwing it out there.
because they put in there everything you need to know that's going on with the county, with grants, with all of this stuff. And so just let them know if you have events. And as a member, they put it in that newsletter and they send one out every week. So you got to give them a little bit of time, right? But it's a in the fact that they do that and they have tens of thousands of people, it's huge.
Mhm. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, Greater Palm Bay, like, you guys rock.
I know. It's really
it is very active. That is actually what I just have been telling internally our management. I'm like, look, I'm like, we've got to be part of the Palm Bay one for, I'm like, because they are active. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've attended a couple of their events as a non-member over the last few weeks. Um, and will most likely be joining again. I guess they were once upon a time, um, years ago, probably 5 years ago or something. I make it sound like that was that long, but 5 years ago was a blank. But I'm definitely interested in joining again just because it is so active. And, I also work down in West Palm area. And I got to say, I mean, some of them are really active too, but not every one of them that I've seen. They do have a couple that are really active down there. It looks like, but Palm Bay has the most uh, active calendar that I've seen that's really effective. I mean, there's one
Yes.
county, and I'm not going to say which one, but it's really just like event, like here, go here, but it's events, but it's not like chamber events. It was an interesting thing. I'm like, well, your whole calendar is made up of like every time somebody has a showing at this one place, you put it there, but it has nothing to do with like a public event. You could
Right.
just go on, it was just interesting. Uh, as I was looking through the different counties that I work with and counties can have multiple different ones.
Yeah.
And you have some that are incredibly active and then you have some that might not be as much. But I am very impressed with the one that like with Palm Bay's calendar that they keep up and just how active they are. Like I said, I did attend the mayor's breakfast one and I attended the last luncheon they had last month. So those were my first two.
The school board one, the foundation one. Did you attend that one?
So I attended the one where the luncheon where the assistant superintendent of the Brevard schools was talking of curriculum
the
and instruction.
luncheon. It was the
Yeah.
luncheon.
I didn't do that one.
Okay.
Oh no, the luncheon. You
Yeah.
said luncheon? Okay,
Mhm.
I did do luncheon. Um, so that was great. I got to meet some great people. It was interesting because I had only been to the one before the mayor's breakfast. And then several people that were at the luncheon came up and said hi and they, hey, I saw you at this. I'm like, wow, you guys are great memory.
It's just the culture, right? The diversity and the culture of everything. It's like you feel like you're a part of something greater, right? And it's like even if it's your first day there, you don't know anyone. Like what you just said, Christy, like you were like, well, somebody noticed you. You were like, hey, how you doing? It's just a welcoming approach. And that's the thing that for us is so important right now is so essential right now that we have that collaboration. We feel like we're bound to do something great, right? And
Oh,
because of the collective individuals that's together, like this is a full force. And yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Even at our last meeting that we've had, the first meeting that we did, the Zoom meeting, I was so pumped and so encouraged I felt like I had my superwoman cap on, and I felt like Wonder Woman, like, yeah, I'm gonna conquer this whole world.
I
Brevard
love
County at first, right? I'm going to conquer Brevard County and then the world, right?
Oh.
I love Nancy's innovation. I've approached different chambers about different things, and I love her openness and willingness, and she's just, oh my gosh. I mean, I know she likes to make it about the chamber, but for me as a leader, her willingness to get ahead of like technology, what's going on, even though she's like, I'm not I'm not the
Right.
best at technology. Um, it's pretty amazing. So real quick, because I am supposed to talk to you about a couple things here, and I know you guys were here last month. Did you see this new platform that they did, the update? You know how it looks a little different?
Mhm,
This
mhm.
is what I'm used to it looking like because
Okay, okay.
it's kind of,
So I've posted both of your items in here. I will go ahead and shift that. And I've had a big wake up with this. So I invite you guys to put community events here. But what I'm realizing is that I probably need to explain this differently, and maybe you have input. But to me, I see all of these people posting incredible things on social media, and they're not posting them here.
Correct.
And to me, this is like a social media where you have people focused on what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know if you have marketing arms or people that are promoting certain things. My idea is maybe letting them know, hey, we have this place where it's targeted. There's not control. There's not bots, right? Like we're not dealing with the forces of social media. And I know social media is great. I'm not saying that it's not, but I when look at this, I'm also realizing that I don't post stuff, but in my community, it's like, okay, I post celebrations, I post things that I put on social media. It's all related to what we're doing, right? So some of the personal stuff I won't put on there. But just want to remind you guys that this is like if you're posting things on Facebook or LinkedIn or things like that, this is another place where you can, just to consider is this is my marketing arm, and these are people that really care about what we're doing. It's not just going out to all kinds of people. So how is that landing? Because I just had this big wake up this week about that. And am I saying that in a way where it's received okay, or is there another way of saying that, or what are your thoughts on that piece?
I
I
mean,
think it's
'cause it is
understandable. Oh,
right,
sorry.
right. Because I mean, the platform is very, it does appear to be very user friendly in a sense of all of us coming together and posting the things that's there. Like this is like it's like kind of like our is this national? This is not national, right? This is just kind of like within this county, or is this
Yeah, that's the other thing is like we're also looking at how do we get somebody's writing lead Brevard to see if they'll take us on as a project, but this is focused on Brevard County, and you don't have
correct?
to be a member to participate. It's really cool.
So
Like
that's why, and even too, I could, because I'm on several task force committees. Like the captive, the child abuse prevention task force. I'm a vice chair for them. I'm also sit on the executive board for the Haitian American Association of Brevard as well. So I can really, even do a massive like email if you want to.
that would be amazing. This is where we're sending people. Let me give you the address.
Okay.
to where they register and how we're sharing it.
Okay.
And we just did an update to the website, um, just to make it a little bit easier. The register, here's the events, because it was missing kind of like, oh, there's also events too. And then
Right.
she's supposed to add a login button to be able to go back to Heartbeat, but I don't see that here yet because I know some people are like, how do I log back in? And you get the
Right.
emails, but we're, on my website where I have like a login here,
Mhm.
uh, but we'll get something up here shortly, hopefully up in here, already a member, log in or something like that.
Yeah, 'cause to make it
Um,
I
pop, to
will
make
say
it
I
more
did have a
accessible.
hard time finding the relogin. Once I got there, the way that I relogged in was kind of going down to the bottom where you registered and you clicked like nonprofit or business owner. So I went back through that to get there. Um, but I did find that I was looking. I remember having to look to relog in. Uh,
Yeah, and we should try to make it a little bit easier. I was trying to get them to get brevardprosperity.com. I may just go buy it just to make it easy. They didn't do that. So there's the login so that you can log back in. Because it'd be
okay.
nice to go, hey, you need to log back in, go to brevardprosperity.com, right?
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah, because even for me, like I saved it on my thing.
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
save it.
my, my bookmark. I know I'm crazy. I know.
No, that's
yeah,
not crazy. That's what you got to do.
yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna
Resources.
go. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said I was using my resources. I was like, let me just go.
And the last thing I just wanted to highlight is the actual summit is on Thursday, the 29th. So I don't know if either of you were going to this, but this is a pretty inspiring event. There is a $10 because they bring food and lunch, but
Mhm.
this is from the Florida Chamber and they're live streaming it to the Wings of Grace. And again, you do have to register um, at the chamber, and it is in person where you can't stream it through here.
Right.
Uh,
Are you
but
that?
it's
Are you going to that?
I won't be able to attend this year.
I'm I am not gonna be available, but we do have quite a few people that will
I
be
was gonna say
there.
I actually did sign up. I think I.
Well, you
Oh,
you
I
have
want to
to
be there.
pay at the chamber, so make sure you go to
I
the ch
did. I got the receipt for it.
Oh, good, good, good. Then I'm so glad you're going. You're gonna love it. This is what inspired me. I kind of left there the first time, like, I didn't get clear action steps. And I've had conversations with them. Just so you know, Christy, we have a little bit different model where they kind of hone in on a zip code, which is great. We can do that. We're really honing in on the county and just bringing services together to serve, right? I mean, we still have to look at the zip codes, but they have their model of find the zip code, everybody pouring on the zip code. And we found Clevistine, which was really our model. They serve many areas, right? Easter Seals serves many areas. Project Response serves many areas. So um, we're hoping this is more effective of just, you know what zip codes are bad. Not bad. You know what zip codes are challenged, right? Based upon your
Yeah.
work. So
Yeah.
and then our last one here, and then we could wrap this up. The next one is our leadership thing, and happy to Zoom you in. If you want to Zoom, just reach out to me or message me. And then on the 13th is the health panel one, and my daughter's getting married that day, so we have others running it. But this should be a really interesting topic. They just did the 3-year report, which I'm also going to be posting here, probably under docs, of the health report of what's happening in the county over the last 3 years. I guess they do this every 3 years from the Florida Health Department for Brevard.
Oh, that's awesome. So they're gonna probably they're gonna probably touch on the statistics regarding the like HIV and everything else. That's what I'm assuming. And even with the oh, that's good. Who's gonna be speaking at that health panel?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be touching on that because we give them a limited time and then we open it up. So, Beatrice,
Okay.
if you're there, then you can definitely ask that question, right? It's a panel. I do know she's going to be reviewing some of the stats and again focusing on the underserved. But let me tell you who we have right now.
I'm always brainstorming, Christy. Like Christy, I'm always
Yeah.
just
So Joe,
I'm always like my mind, you just keep going and going.
so we have Jeanette Giblin
Mhm.
with the Space Coast Health Foundation, and she's the one that's going to be reviewing some of the report.
Okay.
We also have somebody still getting with Lakeisha on the name. They're trying to figure out which one exactly. The Brevard Health Foundation.
Okay.
Joe Roulette with Blue Cross Blue Shield is the host, and then I'm still hoping that Space Coast Volunteers in Medicine will join us. I haven't got final confirmation from them.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
All right. Any other questions before we say farewell?
So long, farewell.
Just saying, we're
I
gonna do
love
a
the
little
sound.
song on the way out.
I love the sound of music. I love it.
That's one of my favorites too.
My favorite. I like to binge watch.
Oh.
I say that.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed the conversations. You ladies are remarkable, and thank you for the work that you do and participating and showing up. And hopefully, to see you here next month. I've been telling the leaders, I'm like, this is more than just a heartbeat training. It's like we're coming here to connect and also talk, right? Like, what are we working on? And
I
um,
like learning about what people are doing.
I
Yeah.
know.
So, having that opportunity to actually say, like, I learned all about project response today. Maybe not all about it, but I learned several things about it. I'm sure it's a lot more than what you're able to say in just, a few minutes. But, I wouldn't have known about that.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's one of the reasons why, trying to get out there more and more, I think these things are important. And I love to learn more about what you both do and how we can kind of work together and collaborate and, where our, paths are intersecting, and, help our individuals move forward and prosper. So,
I'm hoping your big takeaway for the Brevard Prosperity Initiative is to remember to bring up tax incentives and helping people in the workforce.
Yeah. I'm
In your
telling you,
in your pitch, when you talk about what you do, speak to what's going to benefit them. And tax
especially those
incentives is a yeah.
it's a big, huge thing, and that's what I learned even at Career Source is like, wait a minute, wait, there's federal
Money.
bonding, there's a free insurance, and there's a tax credit, and you get reimbursement for the OJT on the job training because you're gonna have to train the person anyway. Like, think about it, you're
well,
gonna have to train them.
so the on the job, some of the on the job trainings are like a short term thing just for younger that are learning skills, but the employer doesn't pay them.
Hello,
We
I
exactly,
pay
know.
them. So
exactly.
it's not on their dime at all.
And
So,
you know,
so that's the beauty of it for a lot of people is we can do work-based learning experiences for, those that are just about to like graduate and get out into the workforce. We can do on the job trainings. And neither one of those are on the company's dime. It's paid. So, and
So
the individuals are getting paid during the process.
So, Chrissy, you don't know this about me, but I help people create their elevator pitch and I help them create it for their specific audience. I love it. I love like all day long. I'm telling you, I know you do a lot of other things. I
Mhm.
would do high level what you are, and those like what you just shared again, that's number 3. Those 3 points. Oh my gosh, you're going to have people at the chamber really leaning in, and you're going to have people at the Brevard Prosperity Initiative leaning in.
Wow.
it's
Yes.
Lean in.
because we have to draw in, we got to attract people, right? We're because mind you, all the businesses is always investing in somebody, right? And then this is even with the when I used to do job readiness workshops, we are investing in them as well, right? So it's the vice versa. Everybody's investing in each other, right? So being able to have that opportunity to say, look, this is what we bring in. This is how we're gonna, navigate this system. We all win. We
I'm
all
thinking that some people may also be hesitant because it's more work, more time, and they're thinking more money, and you just eliminated all of that too.
yeah.
Right? I know we can't discriminate. It's a form of discrimination, but it's still a thought,
Mhm.
right? It's still a thought of like, oh, I don't know if I can train and all of those things. And everything that you just said, I mean, you would just that is going to get people to go, I didn't know that I could get help and I could get, but I mean, oh my gosh, girl, I'm excited to,
And
that's,
that's why, and that's the opportunities that it's already been laid out. We don't need to like so many of us always try to reform all the things that's necessary, but let's utilize what's already out there. Why not?
and,
You know what I
and
mean?
Beatrice, the fact that you know this stuff and you could give that feedback was priceless. Like,
Uh,
Christy, wasn't that like, I'm just like, yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
getting to know you. Once I get to know you, I can go, "Boop, boop, 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 boop." I don't know all the systems, but Beatrice, you're a rock star for knowing
we got to
all
because
these things.
it's all of these entities that I've worked in. I'm like, why not put them all together? Like, why not, even if you're like, for example, Easter Steel may have a short term of like, like work-based training and everything else, but also like connecting with the career source, think outside that box. Everybody's all like, oh no, this is our little secret hideaway. No, let's tap into it. Let's all win. This county needs to win. And I want to be able to say that not only we focus on our space coast and the NASA and all the technology in this world, but we take care of our residents that has significant barriers. We take care of the underserved population. We're making them empower themselves to elevate to the next level.
So,
Why
so
not?
Beatrice, I hope you're able to get involved with some leadership stuff because I think you should be a public speaker and I think you should come in and speak at some of our stuff. And
Thank
don't
you.
you, Christy?
Well,
Wouldn't
I'm
you leave
telling you,
there and spot?
didn't I say I could bring Beatrice with me? She's like, I mean, she's got her energy is great. I love that. I love being around people that like make you excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I think she's got you got that, you know, tenfold there, Beatrice. Like
Got
getting
this.
other people's excited.
Because like if we think about this, we go through so much every single day, right? And why not? Why not? Like my juices are flowing just because, like I said, I really see so much great opportunity for Brevard, and all we work so hard and we look at our clients and we give them that sense of hope. Why not give it to everybody else that may not have that perspective, a different
Mhm.
perspective, a positive perspective? So we got this. We got this.
Absolutely.
I'll be penciling scheduling those time and dates when everybody.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And remember to save the chat because
Okay.
there's some good stuff in there. And then I put in the link to share what we're doing with other people. Like there's no price to join, just share away if you think somebody's a
Right.
good match and anything you can contribute in the community. If it's a like, a smile, a comment, always appreciate that. And remember to tag the person with the @ sign in their name so that they get the direct connect. And we're growing. Thank you, ladies. I really enjoyed today. Thank you so much.